to another classic guitar video. Tonight's show is brought to you by Guitar Center of Glendora. Check them out, they're really great. Tonight's guitar is an Epiphone Les Paul Special Edition. Just kind of a plain Jane, cheapy end user guitar, nothing special. I picked it up for $100 the other day. I'm gonna put new strings on it, do my full setup and my thing to it, and I'll ask $130 for it. So after strings and 2 hours of labor, I'm gonna make $30. Actually, if you take the 2 hours of labor into account and the new strings, I might make $10 or $5, but that's okay. The guy was local, he brought it to me. It came with a gig bag, a tuner, one of those cheapy electronic tuners, and a strap. I will keep those things, and that'll kind of make up for my parts and supplies and labor for it. So let's just get right into it. Again, it is a Epiphone Special Les Paul Special Edition. So there it is in all its glory, or lack thereof, depending on your view. So I need to put the name in the product description, and the video description rather. Let me do that real quickly. Real quick like. I'm going to give it a test play, and then go from there. And yeah. So yeah, it's an Epiphone Special Edition Les Paul Special. Kind of a mouthful, but there it is. So I'm late getting this video started because I sold that BC Rich Mockingbird I did a few weeks back. I just sold that this evening, so the guy had about an hour drive to me with traffic and rain and everything else. So I had to wait for him, and he bought the guitar, and I had to jump in the shower and finish washing a few dishes and clean up after making dinner and all that good stuff. So anyway, here it is. Epiphone Special Edition Les Paul Special. Yeah, Epiphone Limited Edition. It says Limited Edition on the back of it. In fact, I'll show you that right now. It's similar to the logo that's for the limited edition custom shop, even though that's not what this is. The logo is relatively similar. So I'll show that to you real quick like. There it is. That's what it looks like. Oops. I'll put the camera view back. And there we have it. So we'll test play it. It shouldn't have any issues. The guy I bought it from said he bought it for his daughter. She strummed on it about 2 times and decided she didn't like guitar. And now I guess she spilled some nail polish splatter or something on the front of it, so I need to get that up and off of it. Otherwise the guitar is brand new. There's not a mark on it. Not a scratch on it, not a ding on it, not a dent on it. So this should be a relatively simple setup to perform on it. So I'll go ahead and we'll testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I thought I lost my microphone. I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't. So. Alright. There we go. Okay, well, there we go. No issues, problems, issues, or glitches, and we will get started forthwith. I would like to try and get this guitar done. Let's see, it's 10 o'clock. I'd like to get this done in less than 2 hours so I can finish that OLP, so I can list 2 new guitars tomorrow. Because I've been kicking butt making sales this week. I did like $3 grand in sales this week, so I'm pretty happy. And that is despite me having internet and phone problems with my landline. So that's pretty darn special. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Yeah, let's just get started right in on it. And we'll go ahead and detune it. And we'll get started forthwith. 1 minute. It was your idea to attack the conference in the first place. Somebody put the strings on wrong, so we will correct that. And I'm going to put the strings back on. And these have the cheaper tuners. Ooh, did I just break a string already? Yeah, broke a string. And, you know, that's because somebody put the strings on wrong. So, broke the high E string. You can't put strings on wrong. Especially the way that they were put on. Somebody tied the top part in a knot. And a few years ago, that was like the cool thing to do. And to put strings on how to route the strings on your tuning post is to tie a knot in it. You don't want to do that because it kinks it and then it ends up in a lot of string breakages. I can't tell you how many people who brought me strings to replace, to do just a restring, not a full setup, but a restring. And lo and behold, the reason why was because it was knotted. You can't do that. You just can't do it. Yeah, broke a second string. Broke the B string. So 2 strings broken. Yeah, you can't tie strings like that. You can't tie them in a knot and then put it over the post, because then when you tighten it, it really, really kinks that string at the top, and then you go to tune it, and voila, you've broken a string or 2 or 3, and then you wonder why all your strings are breaking once a week, or once every few days, or once a month, or whatever. So, in just a couple of minutes, 2 strings broke. Yeah, tying them in a knot is not the way to do it. Not the way to do it, sorry. You can't do that. It inevitably ends up in disaster. And it makes it hard to get off the post, and you know, you just end up having a myriad of problems. Getting the old strings off is one of them. Now I'm going to have a heck of a time getting this string off because I put armor on. And then you take a chance on me scratching the headstock, and all kinds of fun stuff. So, very bad. Bad, bad, bad. Very bad. Don't tie them in a knot, people. It's the wrong way to go. Don't do it. Don't tie them in a knot, for corn's sake. So, yeah, we got 2 strings broke already. So I'm not happy about that. Take the bridge off. clusters off. So now my profit level is going to go down even more on this, because now I got to put 2 new strings on it at about $1.50, $1.25 each. And I'm already not going to make much money on this guitar to begin with. Like I said, I might make 30 bucks on this. And actually, I'm probably not even going to make that. Yeah, see, they tie them in a knot. You can't do that. Tie your strings in a knot. Nope. Bad idea to tie them in a knot. Bad idea. Notoriously bad idea. Shoot. It makes them harder to get off, and just a myriad of other problems. You don't tie them in a knot. That's a real sign of a person, of a guitar tech that does not know what they're doing. I'm sorry. It just is. Tell you how many. Probably going to end up having to replace all the strings because they're all tied in a knot, and when you take it out of the knot, you end up breaking the end of the string off. So I might have to replace all the strings when it's all said and done. And then when it's all said and done, I'm going to make $5 on this guitar. So now I'm not happy. Oh my gosh. My goodness, what a cluster. Okay, well, we will just keep on it. That's all we can do. I'll go as fast as I can. If I can do this guitar in an hour, I'll be happy, because then I will only have an hour's worth of labor into this. The hard part's going to be taking this nail polish off. It's, you know, somebody spilled a bottle of nail polish and it ended up on the front of this guitar. And it's going to take some rubbing compound or something to get it off. So, yeah, well, what can you do? Can't complain about it, I guess. Well, I can technically complain about it, which I'm doing, but what else can I do about it? Nothing. I overate dinner. I had a huge dinner, and then I had like a second dinner because a family member made another dinner and it smelled so good after they made it. I was just like, okay, I had to have a bowl of it. So I'm like really bloated and full right now. My back hurts. It's cold outside. It's 62.5 degrees in here right now. Last night it got down to 31 degrees. So pretty cold. Tonight's going to be about the same. It's been raining like crazy. I think we've gotten about 7 inches of rain in this storm this past week. Quite a storm, and then it snowed down to 1,500 feet. That's quite unusual for this area. So again, this is an Epiphone limited edition Les Paul special. That's what it is, limited edition special. That's what it is. These are not expensive guitars. Brand spanking new. They're about, I think, 130, 140. So I'm really going to be stretching it with putting $130 on this because it's brand new. So I'll be selling it as new used, but not brand spanking new. But other than that, we're doing pretty good on it. So I'm just gonna keep my parts and supplies on this down to a minimum, even though I now have to replace 2 strings, even though the strings are brand new. Whoever put them on did not put them on correctly. And thus, when you go to tighten them or loosen them, they break. So, poor decision on how to put the string on. Very poor. And we'll take a look at the electronics. 2 500K pots and a switch, 3-way switch. Pretty nice, not bad, pretty cool. A quick picture, because that's what I do. I'm a picture taker. That's what I do. That's who I am. Plus that will give me a chance to tighten the switch. So that's always fun. Okay, switch is nice and tight. Tighten the pots. Okay, pots tightened. Now we'll tighten the pickup bezels. I'm gonna have to take this bezel off because it's got some of that freaking polish on it. So it's like, I don't know why they did that, but, well, I mean, it wasn't their fault. Somebody just spilled it, that's all. It's one of those things, but still.
Before I was diagnosed by my doctor, I didn't know why my body was moving like it had a mind of its own. My eyes blinked way too much, even though I didn't mean to. It turns out I had tardive dyskinesia, a condition that may be related to important medications I take for my bipolar disorder. My fingers moved like they were playing a piano that wasn't there. I was embarrassed that others could see my movements. My doctor said tardive dyskinesia can affect different parts of the body. It may also affect people who take medications depression and schizophrenia. I know I shouldn't change or stop my medication, so I was glad to learn that TD is manageable.
If this sounds like you or someone you know,
Adjusting the pickup pole height.
or call 1-800-824-2417 to receive a free brochure that describes the uncontrollable movements of TD and where on the body they might occur. You'll find a free discussion guide with ways to start a conversation with your doctor about how TD might be affecting you.
It's a relief to know that today TD is manageable. Learn more at talkaboutTD.com.
Prestige cream's not living up to the hype. One jar shatters the competition. Olay Regenerist hydrates skin better than creams costing over $100.
Okay, there we go on that. Let's see, what else? The jack. Jack. Make sure the jack is tight. Okay. Put that back panel back on. It's non-shielded, it's just a regular one. We'll put the back plate back on. And then we will do the frets and fretboard. I'm so angry about the strings. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Even being the most careful, doesn't matter. It still broke on me, so. But it's okay. It's all good. So, re-put this back up for sale tomorrow. Should be able to finish it tonight, barring any problems that I have. Okay, everything's tightened. And truss rod, truss rod, truss rod. Nice truss rod cover there. It says Gibson on it. Even though it's not a Gibson, I don't know why Epiphone does that. It's technically not a Gibson, so I don't know why they do that. Kind of misleads people that aren't astute at knowing the difference between an Epiphone and a Gibson. So, don't know. Okay, truss rod adjusted. I'm going to take a picture before. And then after we do the frets and fretboard. So here we go.
Did you hear me? I'm offering you work. What are you waiting for? Start by stepping through the gate of the nice man has opened for you. Pretty good. These are engineers.
25 minutes into this, we're doing pretty good.
Much damage will it do to the timeline if Core were to suffer a mysterious accident? I'm not sure, but maybe we should conduct a little experiment.
Okay. Okay, there we go. That went fast, didn't I?
And as you get to know me, Rita, I think you'll find that I'm a complicated man. To the beginning of your education.
Fresh rag. Nikki, if you're still there, thank you. Thank you wholeheartedly. If you're still there, I watched your video today. I get you on that, definitely. I get you on that.
Servile work is in that nature.
I'll remember to mention that to Major Kira when we get back.
Yeah, doing alright. Getting a late start on video tonight, but just doing this Epiphone limited edition special Les Paul that I picked up today. Actually yesterday. For $100. And I'm going to resell it tomorrow for $130. Not a big profit, but a little profit is better than no profit at all. Yeah. I understand your issue there on that video. That's for sure. It's once you get sucked into the drama community, it is notoriously difficult to get out. That's why you probably never have ever seen me make a drama video at all, ever. Back in the day I used to. But you notice the haters don't make any videos on me. None of them. And a lot of them even say, well, why don't you make a video? The haters ask other haters to make videos on me, and they can't because there's no content. There's no hate content that I put out. What are they going to hate on? Me working on this guitar? It's like, you know, they're not going to do anything. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, you've seen me make comments, of course, in support of our good friend Trisha. And I will make supportive comments, but I don't make videos. I just don't. Thus, the haters don't have any content to make a video on me. Even a few weeks ago, somebody tried to instigate Holly into trying to make a video about me. And you notice she hasn't done it. That's probably because she doesn't know what to say. Other than, you know, a few comments that I've made. Support comments. Which she's already said that in the past anyway, so. Yeah, it's hard not to fuck around with them. It really is. Yeah, it's difficult. I've been doing this a lot longer than most people think. I've actually been on YouTube for almost 14 years, and I've been live streaming since about 2005 on Ustream TV. So I've been doing it a lot longer than pretty much anyone. So I got sucked into that for a while, and I know all the tricks, and it's hard. But yeah, what are the haters going to do? They're going to hate on me working on a guitar or working on a computer. It's like that might be a 5-minute video if they actually did that. So it's like, but anyway, but I'm glad you're doing well in your pregnancy and all that good stuff. I'm very happy for you. Good for you. Good for your husband. Good. The good far outweighs any bad, no matter what. So just keep that in mind. 2 years in March, yeah. Yeah, I've been on YouTube. I was on YouTube the very first week it started. And of course, there wasn't any live streaming back then, but you know, my main platform is Ustream.tv, and I was the first person, one of the first people to stream on Ustream back in 2005. So that's where my main platform is. I stream on Ustream TV every day, every single day. I have my live streaming running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I don't necessarily have a camera going, but I do have my live streaming. I have millions and millions and millions and millions of streaming hours on Ustream TV. In fact, I hold the world record on Ustream TV for stream hours. But at any rate. So yeah, just keep a stiff upper lip, and you know, like Trisha says, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Me personally, if I were you, just some advice from one YouTube friend to another, I wouldn't even do the reading of the hate comments. I'd ghost all those people. You know, like I always say, block, ignore, delete, and repeat. Every once in a while, I don't follow my own advice if somebody really digs into me, but so I break my own rules sometimes, but not very often. Yep. But yeah, other than that, I'm working on a guitar. You know, I always say that, you know, while haters are making hate videos, I'm being productive. I'm working on a guitar, or I'm working on a computer. Just this past week, if you saw one of my tweets, I did a dozen computers for a retirement home. So that was a big project for me, and I built them and set them up and took them there and showed them how to use them and all that stuff. So, so while haters are making hate videos, I'm doing stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool stuff. You know, I'm always doing conventions. I'm always doing Comic Cons for my toy channel, Classic Collectibles. I'm going to computer conventions and CES and PAX and Consumer Electronics Show. I have a convention coming up this weekend. That's a toy convention. You know, I'm always doing conventions and shows and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, you know, it's hard not to get sucked into the hate world. I mean, Jesus Christ, Holly and Derizzle, oh my God, they're just notorious, and they're both of them have lost their channels over it recently. So it's like, you know, first Derizzle said she was gonna, I promise never to make another hate video again, and would she last about 3 days? And then just recently I heard her say on cam that she didn't care if she loses her current channel, she'll just make another one. If she loses that one, she'll make another one. If she loses that one, she'll make another one. And she said, and I quote, "I'm not going to stop." So eventually YouTube will catch on to some stuff like that, and they will do what's called a network ban on their IP address and their internet service provider. So much so that they won't even be able to view YouTube, let alone use it or sign up for a new account. And now that the beginning of the year is here, YouTube has set forth some new terms of service that was recently changed, and they're making it a little more stringent on what you can and can't do. So, and this is exactly why Holly recently lost her channel. And that's it. Yeah, they can't stop, you know. I even have to kind of give RSN a little bit of credit. He's tapered way off on Trisha's stuff to almost nothing. Almost nothing. Same with what's his nut? See, I don't even remember his name. It's been so long. You know, Gerald. He's pretty much, I think, all stopped everything Trisha related, as far as I can tell. He hasn't even mentioned her, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but as far as I know.
George never did have a sense of style. Turn the base over and the resistance appears.
Before and after pictures look good. Whew, I gotta sit down, my back is killing me. Yeah, so anyway, enough about those troglodytes. They're troglodytes, as I like to call them, as you know. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by if you're still there. Appreciate it wholeheartedly. And, yeah, I'm just going to finish this guitar and trying to do it quickly so I have less man hours into it. There's some nail polish or something spilled on the across the front of it, so I gotta get the rubbing compound out and scrape all that off. So yeah. So I gotta get my rubbing compound out. Here's some ASMR for you. How do you like that? There's some ASMR for you. Ugh. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Rubbing compound. This is what the haters sound like when they speak. There you go. That's what they sound like. Oh, merciful. Yep, that's what they sound like. Anyway. I'm glad Trisha's doing college. That's pretty cool. That's quite lovely. Quite lovely. Yeah. Going to school. Good thing to go to school. Yeah. Alright. Oh man, that was all clogged up. Going to school. Let's go to school. Take that off. Now I gotta try and rub this rubbing compound and get this nail polish off. So, let's begin. See if rubbing compound gets it off, hopefully. I mean, Well, yeah, I don't want to scrape it off with a razor blade because then that will leave scratch marks. So you don't want to do that if at all humanly possible. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Alright, you have yourself a good one, and we will see you on the morrow. So you have a good night. I appreciate you coming by. And, yeah, have a good one. You have a good one, and a good one will have you. If you have a good one, then a good one will have you. That's for show. That's for shizzle. That's for shizzle, my nizzle. That's for shizzle. My nizzle. My nizzle. Oh, man.
Frank Thomas, aka the
Well.
used to keep pretty busy on the baseball field, but now he's busier than ever. After I turned 40, it wasn't easy to keep up.
Okay.
My energy, my drive.
All right.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone.
Ay, ay, ay.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix,
Alrighty. 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 Okay. Oh man. Well, I'm getting some of it off. I got some blue on the end of my rags, so nail polish is blue, so I am getting it off. That's what I say, that's what I do, that's what I tell for you. Merciful. Merciful, merciful. Oh man. I have to put some elbow grease into this. That's for sure. I'm gonna have to take that off. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to take the pickup off because I can't do it sideways. So here we go. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So we are at 45 minutes. I'm not going to finish this in an hour like I wanted to. Probably an hour and a half. Maybe an hour and 45. Oh well, it's okay. I didn't expect to make a killing on this guitar. I mean, I'm gonna make a measly 20-30 bucks on it, so I'm not gonna get rich off of this one at all in any way, shape, or form. Oh, all right, there we go. Epiphone. Epiphone pickup. Epiphone. 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 It's an Epiphone. Ha ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, dang it. Shoot. Oh well. It comes down to, do I rather have a little bit of a scratch on it, or do I rather have the nail polish on it? And it's like, okay, I guess I'd rather have a little bit of a scratch. than a bunch of freaking nail polish on it. So if I sell this guitar to a guy, he's not going to want nail polish on it. So there is that. So I will keep rubbing on it with the rubbing compound. And that's the best we can do, you know?
You really want to help my people, don't you? Yes, of course.
Well, it's coming off slowly. Nail polish is very hard to get off. Now I could put nail polish remover on it, but nail polish remover is very abrasive and caustic, for lack of a better term, and that would really mar the finish up, and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather have a few little scratches on the surface here than have the nail polish on it. Nail polish. Nail polish, nail polish. And this guitar will still come out good. I'm not worried that it's gonna come out horrible or anything. Just, you know, it is what it is, and that's what it is. Is what it is, and that's what it is, and that's what it is. It is. Aye. Do. Oh man. Well, I think that's about as good as it's gonna come. So, with that being said, I think we're gonna be done with the rubbing compound. So. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Nikki. Very cool having good old Nikki here. Good old Nikki. Yeah. Alright. Rub this rubbing compound off and see what we got under it. I think we'll be okay. I mean, oh man. Ay. Oh man, freaking nail polish. Yeah, I can't use nail polish remover because that will just mar the finish up much too much, and I don't want to do that. So I will just scrape it off with a razor blade, scrape the top of it off with a razor blade. I'll just have to live with a little bit of scratching. Nobody's going to buy this guitar to collect anyway. This is not a collector guitar, collector grade guitar anyway. It just isn't. It's not that kind of guitar. So, if if somebody is expecting perfection out of a $100 guitar, they've got another thing coming. You know, just as simple as that, yeah. They got another thing coming. They got another thing coming. Oh man. Put one of the screws in. I guess I'll just put them all back. Okay. Okay, well, it's coming out pretty good. I mean, I'm not dissatisfied with it. It's just a little disappointing. I can't get the nail polish off 100%. There's going to be some left, which really sucks, but it is what it is, and that's what it is. What can you do? It's not bad. I mean, it's actually kind of hard to see, and it almost fits in with the green. So one could almost say that it's part of the grain of the wood, although I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying one could. You would have to be pretty hard pressed to see and look at it in order to tell. It's not a high grade finish job on the finish anyway. Although it's pretty, you know, translucent cherry. I do like translucent cherry. Is a favorite of mine. So, yeah, what can you do? What can you do? What can you say? What can you do? What can you say? Nikki. Get fresh juice, and I will be right back. Sorry, I had to turn my lightsaber off. I quack me up. I quack me up. Ooh, merciful. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Well, it's gonna look pretty good anyway. You know, people can't expect perfection out of a $130 guitar. You know, some people do. Some people expect $1,000 results out of a $130 guitar or a $150 guitar or whatever. And it's just like, no. Every once in a while I get a customer like that, and they're like, they expect all this perfection out of a cheap, low-end, end-user guitar, which is what this is. I mean, I like the guitar. I think it's cool, but you can't expect that kind of results out of that kind of money. You pay $100 for a guitar, you're going to get $100 results. Just as simple as that. I tell people that all the time. Get what you pay for. Get what you pay for. $100 results out of a $100 guitar. You know, it's just that simple. I mean, it sucks about this nail polish, and I really wish I could get it off with no marring of the finish or whatever, but can't do it. This guitar is not that grade level quality of a guitar in order to get that quality of results out of it. It's just the way it is. And now that I broke 2 strings, I'm going to have to replace 2 strings on it. So my profit level on this guitar is going to be very, very, very low. Very low. So I'm really going to have to be steadfast at my price on this guitar. If somebody offers me $120, I'm going to turn it down because I gotta make a profit. I haven't broken even on a guitar. I haven't had to break even on a guitar in probably 20 years. I always make something, even if it's $20. On a low-end guitar like that, so that's okay. Still looks pretty good. I mean, looking at the camera view, you can hardly tell there's any nail polish splatter on it. The frets and the fretboard look good, so all in all, can't complain too much. And there's no splatter of the nail polish on the back of it. It only happened on the front. So there is that positivity. There's that positive on this guitar. So we'll get this done. And if we get done in time, I will finish that OLP and do the pickup cover on that OLP. And then I will be able to list 2 guitars for sale tomorrow if I do that. So that will be a plus. Woohoo! Okay, well, it looks pretty good. I'm happy about the back. I can't complain about the back so far. I'm gonna have to stand up so I can tell if I missed any spots. One little spot there.
Fascinating paper. Although I don't intend to write it. If you have any questions. When I first read your report, I didn't know what to think. I said to myself, it's alright, Maurice.
Pretty good.
Need to let it sink in.
We're doing pretty good.
It's been 2 days. Hold on. I still don't know what to think.
I'm guilty. What more is there to say?
Maybe nothing. Maybe a lot. I believed in you. A lot of people did. You were special. You were the one man who stood apart from everyone else. The one man who stood for justice. Now what?
Now I'm just another imperfect solid.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll do the cutaways, and then the back of the neck, and the back of the headstock, tuners, and then the top of the headstock, and then we will start
Other innocent people
the setup on this sucker and get it done. So I have a modicum of hours of labor into this.
I hope so.
Okay, back of the neck. Back of the neck. The neck. Okay.
drama, action, adventure. Oh my. Watch it all come to life. Right here
Alright.
on H&I.
The Borg. It's the Borg.
Input failure.
Input failure. I have an input failure. I have an output failure. I have an I/O failure.
The vessel's transwarp chamber is approaching critical pressure.
Mickey was here. Good old Mickey. Mickey.
That way. Bearing 301. Agreed.
Mickey Rev. Mickey Revolution. Oh, Revolution. Not high end, so I'm not going to get high end results out of it. It's just a player's guitar. It's not collector quality or anything like that. I wish it was. But it isn't. So there is that. And that's all we can do on this guitar. It's in pretty good shape, otherwise, you know. I have nothing to complain about it too much other than that, you know. Yeah. Sale tomorrow at 130, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not going to take any less for it. I'll have the idiot that's going to offer me 50 bucks on it, and I'll just be like, there's no such thing as one of these for 50 bucks, even one that's beat up. So I'm not going to take 50 bucks on it if somebody offers me $50, for example. Not going to do that, that's for sure. I love these episodes.
And give them a token of our esteem.
So, yeah. I like the guitar. Guitar's pretty cool. Polish the truss rod cover and we'll get that back on. And then we will get started on the setup. Wash my hands after that because I got blue nail polish on my fingers. So that being said,
don't you find it just a little refreshing to meet some people who value openness and freedom?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, opening the ship has been a fascinating experience and an unqualified success. I'm very pleased.
Me too. I am pleased that you are pleased. Would you excuse me too long? Please accept this token of our esteem.
It's got me by the hair.
I almost don't remember this episode. I mean, I do, but I've seen every one of these episodes on all these series many, many multiples of many, many times. But this one kind of eludes me a little bit. Maybe as it goes on, I'll remember it better. Okay, that's good. All well so far. Dry lube the nut, and we'll be ready to start the setup on this sucker.
No more marsupial surprise. We only had 2 kilos of couches to be built, and it's all done. Now, how about some pizza, huh?
She's a Chevalier, right?
Correct.
Species 521?
Your mother would not approve if you memorized the board designations.
Okay, we have the nut dry lube. Polish the knobs and put the knobs back on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Let's go.
Excuse me.
Okay.
You okay?
Just
These
knobs.
are Ford synaptic relays from my original Unimatrix.
I need to see something here for a minute. Oh, my back is starting to hurt quite a bit.
Provide you with whatever monetary reimbursement you require. I must examine these items more closely.
Yep, I can do that. Okay, never mind. I thought I might have something to put on this to make it look a little more snazzy, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay, alright, okay. Oh, gotta do the bridge. We'll do the bridge nuts here.
Rendezvous with my coordinates and stand by to penetrate the security. The police protect your business, your home, your family.
To protect and serve. You need to believe in your mission.
Justice must be done.
Fight for justice with Hill Street Blues. Saturday starting at 11, 10 Central.
Okay.
Attention oxygen therapy users. If you've been chained to an oxygen tank, then you know they're a burden. Tanks are often heavy and prevent you from traveling. Tanks keep you from living the life you love. A friend of mine suffered with COPD. That's why I wanted to let you know about Imogen. A new way for you to have oxygen anytime.
Oh, I hate doing that. Bounces off the surface and can put little dents in there. Luckily it didn't this time. Okay. Next. We're making pretty good time, so I'm pretty happy. Wash my hands after we do the bridge. Silly. Oh man, what am I doing? Come on, Mark. Come on now. Slow down a little bit here. Just a little bit, for crying out loud.
Want to get your edge back after 40? More energy, drive, performance. Do what the big hurt Frank Thomas did.
Frank, what gives? After 40, men slow down. It's hard to stay in shape. Why? I'm free just stop throwing around the drum.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. From the
the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product. Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients, or even better results. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GIF 231. On the field and off the field. I gotta try Nugenix Total T. Text GIF to 231-231. Now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's GIFT to 231-231.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies.
Okay. Wipe this sucker down, get it back on. I can wash my hands and we can start on the setup on this sucker. I gotta put 2 new strings on it. Even though the strings are already new, the person who put the strings on must have been a newbie or something. Because they put the strings in a knot. And that was kind of a thing to do a few years ago. And then people started learning that if you put it in a knot, you go to tune it, detune it, whatever, your string breaks almost instantly. So, not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Not good at all.
Error.
Explain.
We shouldn't be desecrating the body of the strong. It is against the will of Brothera.
Who is Brothera?
Brothera, supernatural deity worshipped by species 571.
I am a member of species 571.
Used by irrelevant data. Ignore it. You said I am a member of species 571. Do you consider yourself an individual? There are no individuals here. We are four.
I gotta look at the pictures for a second.
Zen constructing a communications beacon.
Yep. Oh, it flipped. How'd that happen? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Standard Borg synaptic relay.
Huh.
There must be something.
Yeah.
When I first came into contact with it, I was
Don't even
overwhelmed
know.
with images, memories, sounds.
Huh.
Sounds like a
Okay, well, that's alright. Whatever. Not a big deal. Okay.
You know human makers, right?
Polish the tailpiece.
Isn't it at least possible that what you experienced was something?
And then wash my hands, and then we'll be done.
I know what nostalgia is, but I have no feelings about the past. You were trying to help. I appreciate it. Anytime. Oh, and you may not be nostalgic about the past, but I'd say you definitely have feelings about it. Strong ones.
Oh, excuse me.
Their security protocols are formidable. We may not have enough time.
I'm worried about some of mine. We should re-examine the questions we ask.
You know what her reactions will be. She won't help us because she could be permanently injured.
Oh.
I need consensus.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to put 2 new strings on it. Maybe 3 if I don't break another one. Even though the strings are already new. I'm not happy about that. But it is what it is. Okay, I'll be right back.
Apologies are irrelevant. Computer begin multipolar analysis. Analysis underway. Time to completion. 5 hours, 17 minutes.
secondary processing.
Pack of individual. Last 9. Yeah. Oh, sheesh.
Last year's ad campaign was a success for ChoiceHotels.com. This year, we're taking it up a notch.
So in this commercial, we see two travelers that are comforting with a glow around them, so people watching will be like, wow, maybe I'll glow too if I get directed. ChoiceHotels.com. Who glows? Just say bada boom, bada boom. Nobody glows. He gets it. Always the lowest price is guaranteed. Look now at ChoiceHotels.com. Introducing Eargo, a first-rule hearing aid technology. Everything you never expected a hearing aid to be. Eargo's feature a patented flexes, which is stimulating inside the ear canal, making them virtually invisible. So unless you know someone who has X-ray vision, no one will know you're wearing them. And it's so comfortable, you might forget you're wearing them. But don't worry, they won't take offense. Eargo's fit into your everyday life too, which means you won't miss out.
110.
And Eargo's are rechargeable, so you can forget about replacing expensive batteries, because there's nothing more frustrating than those tiny hearing aid batteries. Except for winter background noise. Don't worry, Optimus noise reduction technology takes care of that. Simply put, Eargo's are the best hearing aids in the country.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go to Guitar Center tomorrow and buy some singles. I gotta spend like $200 on single strings. I don't buy packs of strings generally. I buy packs of singles. In other words, I buy a pack of strings, but they're all 9s, and then all 10s, and then all 11s, and then 17s, and 24s, and 22. That way I have multiples of everything. So, that's what I do. That's who I am, and that's what I do. Yeah, baby. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Put the bridge back on. And we will be golden.
Before I was diagnosed by my doctor, I didn't know why my body was moving.
Bridge is back and we will be golden.
It turns out I have tardive
Okay.
a condition that may be related to important medications I take for my bipolar disorder. My fingers moved like they were playing a piano that wasn't playing.
Oh, mercy. Alright.
Others could see my movements.
We have the
Dyskinesia can affect different parts of the body. It may also affect
nut dry lubed and ready to go.
I know I shouldn't change or stop my
So here we go.
So I'm glad to learn that TD is manageable.
If this sounds like you or someone you know, visit talkabouttd.com or call 1-800-824-2417 to receive a free brochure that describes the uncontrollable movements of TD and where on the body they might occur. You'll find a free discussion guide with ways to start a conversation with your doctor about how TD might be affecting you.
It's a relief to know that today TD is manageable.
We'll lift that bridge up a little bit back to factory specs and go from there. So we have a starting point.
I was with my father. He was tall.
I was in a house. And the fire was in the heart. The biomatter is very
Okay. Next string.
It tastes similar to a bird I once ate.
I used to prepare food for my parents. They lived in a small building by a river.
I used to be afraid of the dark.
Aye.
I was eating with a group of men. We worked in numbers, mathematics. I calculated equations for another man.
I have a name.
Hopefully we won't break any more strings. I like to save these strings because they are new. So I will go slow. Okay.
I was married. On a story.
I gotta cut the end of this off because
I worked deep. And married.
there's a little nub on there and I need to get rid of it. Okay. This is the string that's most likely going to break because it was really tied in a knot. I mean really tied in a knot, so I'm gonna go slow. Slow and mellow. Make sure the string is in its string groove.
Command overrides the direction.
Go about a quarter turn at a time. And we should be golden.
Agreed.
I gotta go to Harbor Freight this weekend. Pick up a bunch of stuff too.
Not at first. Really attempt to access my memory
Yeah.
files. I was momentarily linked with
Harbor Freight.
2 of them.
My home away from
3 of
home.
them. They were all
Kind of, you know.
Do you know why they were trying to access
string is likely to break.
They become linked together into a sort of collective triad.
But we'll see. We'll go slow. So far, so good. Next string. Next string's going to be new, so I don't need to worry too much about that. This one, because it's new. Brand ass new. I'm going to stand up and do this because my back's killing me for one thing.
With only 3,
Each voice comes through clearly.
it has to stop.
We must break the neural link. Doctor, is there anything you can do?
The modifications are too expensive. The neuronal pathways have been fundamentally altered. You hold the key.
You were there with us.
Plan 1865 Alpha. You must remember.
8 years ago, our vessel crashed. 4 of us were the only survivors.
When we were asleep,
We've been linked together somehow.
we were a suspect. It's like having 3 voices whispering in one ear.
And a crowd screaming in the other.
We had to break free, so we worked together. We had a complex removal done in our process.
But they couldn't break the neural link.
We need to find out what happened 8 years ago. After the crash. We need to know how they were created. But our memories are
Fragmented. Disorganized. We can't say
Ay, ay, ay. Nabbit. Ay, ay, ay.
this Saturday. We think you should stay at home. You're serious. The clock starts with 3 hours of MacGyver. Then plug
Get
in
this string
the
on.
After that, enter the mind of a man who can become anyone he wants with 2 hours of The Pretender. All day Saturday, starting at 11:10 Central.
It's a pleasure to be here.
On H&I. Frank Thomas, a.k.a. The Big Hurt, used to keep pretty busy on the baseball field. But now, he's busier than ever.
After I turned 40, it wasn't easy to keep up. Everything changed. My energy, my drive. Then I found Nugenix Total T.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text away to 231231. Nugenix helps you get better, feel stronger, have more energy.
I have the energy and the stamina, and the strength makes me feel awesome.
GNC's #1 vitality product, new Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients for even better results.
Nugenix Total T, totally recommended.
Text away to 231231 now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's TLAY. 60-day guarantee. Go to hurryroll.com and enter the code below. Hurryroll goes anywhere, so you can do anything. Uneven pavement? No problem. Rocky gravel? Easy travel. On a cruise? Can't lose. Wherever you go, the Hurryroll is always the best seat around. Or on the move.
Okay. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. There you have it, ladies and germs. Ladies and germs. Alright, let's plug this baby in and start to set up so I can get it done. We're already into this almost 2 hours. So I want to get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done. Get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done.
Call 1-800-775-8794.
Are you ready?
Ow. Ow.
Do you remember any of your brother?
What's wrong? Okay, now there's a problem. Shoot, what happened? I got a volume issue.
I remember the campfire, and then waking up in the collective. There was an obvious gap.
What the heck is going on?
It is my name.
It's a if you're an individual
Oh no.
My former name was no longer. Prepare to reinitialize the memory cache.
I can't wait to
There's nothing preventing you from
Oh man, now what's wrong?
flow from one to the other.
I can't love
Shoot. Okay, now we got a problem. Got almost no volume on it.
Take a name for ourselves. We're not individuals. We're not full.
Ay, ay, ay.
We're nothing.
Shoot. Something happened when I opened up the back of it or something? So now we got an issue. Ay, ay, ay.
Wanted to explore the station. We wanted to broaden our understanding.
Ground issue or something, I think.
We found it, and we met a pair of people who told us about the game. These big, odd-looking rackets.
Give me one of those.
Yeah. In any case, they challenged us to a game. We accepted. But I guess we weren't aware of all the rules. Yes.
What's going on?
You see, we thought it was a version of tennis. But as soon as we hit the first volley, this Kimbori jumps over the net and starts attacking us with his racket. So we figured,
Dag nabbit. What the hell's going on? Something with the jack, maybe?
A little out of hand. 7 Voyager crewmen, including 2 bridge officers, along with 13 Kimbori and 1 Morphinian. All arrested. The charges range from disorderly conduct to assault on a security officer.
that one's not true.
Come on, not that exception in my law. You're both confined to quarters. Sick bed. That's all.
Kick their rackets.
Dismissed.
Son of a mother. What happened?
Gaps in our memories. It seems unlikely that it would be a coincidence.
So you believe the collective deliberately wiped your recollection of the reassimilation process.
It is the most likely explanation.
But the collective would not care that 4 times were missing. Something they wanted to hide.
What in tarnation?
Why did the collective
I don't know. There was no advantage to having 3 known and forgettables.
for some reason? And I get the feeling that if we can answer that question, the rest should fall into place. But I wish we could find a way to close the gaps in your memories.
What happened? Something happened.
I assume there's a reason we didn't mention it before now.
It would involve linking my neural interface to
No, the ground is grounded. What the hell happened? Something with the jack, maybe? I'm gonna have to take the jack loose now and freaking look. Damn. Something happened.
But I am uncertain as to the correct course of action. Let me ask you something.
Shoot, I hate it when that happens. So now I'm going to put a second hour of labor into this, and I'm going to make no money on this guitar at all. I'll be breaking even on it. Shoot. That sucks. Now, everything looks soldered. No solder. Disconnects. Okay, something happened. It's not the jack. Only other thing we took off was the pickup. I guess I'll check that next. Shoot, this stinks. This really stinks. I hate it when that happens. Because then it's hard to run the problem down because you don't know what it is. Come on. Ay, 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 ay. Come on. Shoot. Now I'm not happy because son of a mother. Only other thing I moved was the pickup. Try it again. I tightened the pickup, and oh man, this is bunk. This is real bunk. Damn. Yeah, that's full blast. Volume on that's full blast. This sucks. I am not happy. Well, isn't that special? Oh man, this is. Why has it got a low volume on it? Shoot. Just want to get near done with this guitar. Only other thing I can do is reverse all the adjustments I did to this guitar. That's not going to do any good.
You're not a drone, you're a person like us. Human being, alive. All you have to do is embrace who you are. No, I do not exist. I am only part of the greater whole.
That's what they want you to believe. That's what they want us all to believe.
We are born.
Dagnabbit. I'm not happy at all. I got no volume.
You stay here and be reassimilated into I won't.
Something with this pot, maybe? Man. Fuck. It's acting like it's the volume pot. Just want to get done with this guitar. Starts giving me problems. Ooh. Okay. Might have found an issue here. Son of a- Dang it.
Primary active Unimatrix 01.
3 assign auxiliary processor of Unimatrix 01.
Secondary adjunct of Unimatrix 01.
What is your primary function?
To serve the collective.
Tear the communications beacon.
It was you. You were responsible for what you've done to us.
You linked us together.
You're responsible for us.
How did you do it?
If you didn't want to serve the collective,
You didn't.
you don't.
That might have done the trick. Let's see. Grounding itself out. It was grounding itself out. Okay, no problem. We fixed the problem.
Companies don't want you to know. $5,000 in credit card debt. You have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. I just lost my head there for a second. And, lost my head. What can I say? Let's put the screws back and we'll get back to doing this sucker. Because now I have too many man hours into it and I'm not going to make any money on this guitar. I'm going to break even. And that doesn't make me happy, especially on a low dollar guitar. But whatever. It happens from time to time. Very rarely will it happen, but it does happen.
And your dog was undamaged.
I think I know why. You said you remembered injecting him with nanobprobes 8 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
It creates a link between them. It was the only way to prevent him from escaping.
But it seems to have had an unfortunate side. They're
some ways you were not under my control. You were granted the opportunity to explore your individuality. You were allowed to expand your program. Your mobile emitter gives you freedom of movement. Your thoughts are your own. If you were told you had to become a drone again, I believe you would resist. You would resist as well. You would choose freedom, no matter how fleeting. Only you and I can truly understand that. Through insufficient.
Okay, now we're doing the intonation. Intonation.
I had no idea you were going to say that. Neither of us thinking.
Where we go,
I want to see this space station. Meet new people. Fill my life. Breathe life again. And that's what I
This is an uninhabited planet. Only a few light years from here. I'd like to spend my final days in the open air.
Okay.
My people don't believe in holding grudges. I wish you well.
Perfect. Almost perfect on that one. Good one.
it seems to be on a Federation starship again. I'd like to take you on board. But stay as long as you wish. I can't forgive you for what you did to us. But I do understand what you did.
Almost perfect on that one. Okay. Almost done. Almost done with this sucker.
Naomi, what?
Because of what happened in the Jones.
This will work, Charles.
It was a small ship. I thought maybe you might want to spend some time with
this guitar is finished, and I am happy about that because we had an issue there for a split second, but I was able to rectify it. So this guitar is done, finished through, no more to do. Like I said, we had a minor issue, but I fixed it, and there we have it. So I don't have time to do another guitar, so I'm just gonna call this video done because I'm not feeling well. My back is hurting and it's cold. It's about 28 degrees outside right now. It's 63 in here. So we'll continue tomorrow or Sunday night.
We're making history with it every year. You know, I think I've heard you say that at least half a dozen times.
Okay.
Have you received their landing protocols?
They're coming in now.
We're on our way.
This should take a bit longer than usual.
When are you supposed to close the plasma ducts?
So next commercial, we will call this video, and that'll be it. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. In retrospect, not too shabby, you know. Yeah. Oh boy, they're in trouble. They're definitely in trouble. Alright everyone, thank you for joining me on this classic guitar video on this Epiphone limited edition special Les Paul in cherry translucent red. Again, this show is brought to you by Guitar Center of Glendora. Check them out. And we'll see you next time. Happy guitaring.